This is the walkthrough for the individual account application, account digital application for Interactive Brokers. And so you can see here we are already at the login page using the link provided in the email. And so first you will fill out the username and password provided in the email and hit OK. And this will bring you to the page where you should change your password for the application. So it does require you to change the application. So again, put in the current password as well as your new password. Once you put in your new password, you'll be able to click OK, and you'll get to a screen where the confirmation number is requested. And this is something that you can find in the email. Your personal email, not the email that we sent, but your personal email with the code. So it's like a security code. It's a numeric number that you'll type in of 5 digits. And once you're able to put that in and the password is changed, this is when you're first into the application. And this is the time where you could look at the live chat, the call me, the message center, but essentially those are all for Interactive Brokers. We are always available to help as well. Go ahead and confirm your information, including the ability to add additional numbers that you would like for them to be able to reach you at. Okay, and this is for notifications and whatnot, but please go ahead and confirm your information. If your mailing address is different from the address above, go ahead and click yes and put that in. Otherwise, we'll proceed to the security questions for this digital application, where you would choose a series of questions so that if you are locked out of the application, you can get back in. If the individual account is your only account, this will also then be the same login you will use after the account is open. There will be the same username and password that you've adjusted to. And if you have multiple accounts, the first username and password we provide will be the one that you will use as your primary login after the accounts are open. It'll automatically link back up from our end, and you'll have to just log into one account, the main account, to get back into your other 3 or see the other 3 accounts. So here we are, just finishing up selecting some questions, and as you can see, there is quite a bit to choose from. And so we'll pick this one right here and put in our answer, and then hit continue. Now that you've done that, you will also see just some account holder information with male, female, United States as citizenship, dependents, marital status, but all of which should have been pre-filled already, so double check and make sure it's correct. And then we'll go ahead and continue on to the bottom here where you can put additional sources of income. Again, wouldn't have to worry so much about that unless there is something that you want to add in, whether it's spousal, consulting. You just do have to make sure that whatever you do put in, it adds up to 100%. Now that we have gone through that, save and continue. Here's some regulatory questions. Please answer these as if it were yourself, not us, right? So are you part of a self-regulatory organization or exchange? Basically asking, are you part of any financial institutions? Go ahead and save and continue to keep moving on the application. This is where you'll put in certain assets and net income. You can go ahead and log into eMoney to get some of that information. Otherwise, put in your experience, put in your investment objectives of this account, and then at that point, save and continue. It'll head to the next page, which is where you'll have some agreements. Again, no different than, it doesn't change any of the agreements that we have. It's just certain things that just acknowledge, yes, Dragon Financial Group is the advisor on record. And then you would type in your name as indicated in the signature just to make sure it matches and be able to continue on, and it'll serve as your signature. Now you'll see here, if you hit continue and don't hit accept, it'll give you an error, and that should be something, just again, make sure that you've read the statements, and this one In this case, it's the limiting liability of Interactive Brokers, meaning, of course, we are the advisor on record. We are making the trades. We're bound by the asset management agreement that we've signed with you. That Interactive Brokers is not part of that. Okay, so you keep checking along, and by the way, any of these agreements that we're clicking on and signing off on right now, you'll see that there's a description of that in the FAQ, just so that everyone is clear kind of what these are. Now, the reason of why there's so many of these is because Interactive Brokers does invest in a lot of different things, or the ability to invest in a lot of different things, whether it's options, bonds, right, over-the-counter stock. So because of that, even though we may not be investing in that for you, because you're signing up with the broker to open this account, you just do have to agree to their privacy notices and the notices that they have, which is why there's a couple of them that we're clicking through at the moment. Go ahead, paste your name, and check your social security number. Once you do that, you'll be able to save and continue. Don't worry about the sub-account fees here. The fees, of course, as we mentioned, doesn't change at Interactive Brokers. This is just a test account, so they have populated something for us there. And so not something that you have to worry about in terms of fees, that's the same. And then finally, you'll get to the funding of your account. You can either choose to fund your account later, or in your case, because it's pre-populated, it should actually already have the funding information, and you can hit complete. And by the time it's complete, you'll be able to just let it see, let it go for about a day or two. Interactive Brokers will let us know if the account's open. And at that point, if there is additional paperwork needed, or uploads needed, it will let you know. But if everything goes well, then at this point, there's nothing more to do. The account will transfer over, and that's it.